All right. Deadman's Tome podcast with your hosts, Mr. Deadman, Becky, and SK. How are you doing, guys?
Hey.
Yeah, Monday, right?
It's a Monday.
I'm great tonight.
No,
why?
How are you great?
Why? Because finally.
What gives you the right?
Finally, we have a girl on the show.
No,
not a
girl.
Wait a minute. Let me finish. That can handle.
No, I need to mansplain this. I need
as well as I can.
Okay.
Oh God, you're mansplaining.
Yeah, come on.
Come on.
Oh no, I'm done. Oh no, sorry. I don't want to mansplain.
That was it.
That was it. That's all I have. I'm gonna sit back and drink some beer. We have the wonderful Xtina. How do I say your last name? Marie.
Yes.
I'm gonna butcher that one.
Player.
Oh,
thanks.
I'm like Xtina Maria. I can't do that. That was horrible. I don't start drinking more beer. Sorry.
It's usually the Xtina part that people have trouble with. You know, they say Christine which is, you can call me that as well. That's what my mother called me, but Xtina, it's Xtina Marie.
Xtina. I mean, that's a good name for like erotica and shit, I would think.
Yeah, sure. We'll go with that. And yeah, it's
Is there more?
That was it. Yep.
No, you know what?
No, we don't know nothing.
No, it actually, I had a friend of mine years ago, probably 10, 15 years ago, that just, that was her nickname for me, was Xtina. And it just kind of stuck. I thought it was kind of cool. So,
okay.
Yeah, Xtina.
Cool. So it wasn't like a porn name or anything?
No.
Okay, just making sure.
Although I think there is a cam girl out there. The funny thing is I lived in this tiny little town in Tennessee for a while. It was Manchester, Tennessee.
Yeah.
And I had somebody Google me, Google Xtina Marie, and came up with like this cam porn chick that did this stuff out of Manchester, Tennessee, and he thought for sure it was me.
No way.
Yeah, he thought for sure it was me, and I'm like, no, it's not me, I promise. So,
Oh my God.
Oh.
Yeah. At least that's my story. And I'm sticking to it.
Wait a minute. Jesse sounded upset about that.
Just a little bit. Bit.
It's not me. Yeah.
Hey, it's all right.
You have to go back to the midget bowling porn now.
Oh, fuck.
Wow.
Hey, I love that. Midget bowling porn is great.
No.
By the way, ladies and gentlemen, we have a great show for you tonight. Of course, we have Xtina Marie. We're going to talk about everything that she does. Of course, we've got to talk about we have porn on the train. Lamore Dom used a fake dick for something. A 5-year-old with a crack rock for show and tell. House is blowing up, and China's bringing out a credit system for how good you are. Are you a good citizen or a bad citizen? Do you need to be re-educated? And we're serious about that.
Yes.
But the first things first,
that's
we got to talk about what everyone's talking about, just because, I'm passionate about it. The Game of Thrones season finale, guys, wasn't that the best episode ever?
Crickets.
No. This season 8 has been like the best season of all time. All of Game of Thrones, best season, hands down.
I'm gonna go with no.
Have you been drinking already?
Funny thing is, I haven't even taken a sip yet. That might be the problem. Let me consult Shiner tonight. I'm drinking Shiner. Just keep in mind, this opinion is sponsored by Shiner.
I want
Maddie just said whatever. Liar.
Anyway. I want to jump in and say that I think I'm in the minority because I do like this season. I mean, I think it was good. And I even think the finale was good. I mean, there's a lot of things that, I wished had been differently. But then again, what I wanted probably wouldn't have fit the characters anyway. You know, I mean, you know, I was like, Tyrion is king, you know, and stuff like that. So, you know, hey, I love Tyrion. Okay, I am total Tyrion fan, and you know, and so anyway, there's a lot of things that I wish had happened, but they didn't, and I still thought it was great. I thought, you know, people came down on the writing. They said it was bad writing. I don't agree. I really don't. I think that as epic of a show as it was, everybody expected, I don't even know what, but I mean, through 10 years of this show, you know, they've seen some crazy things. How could they do? I just don't understand what everybody wanted or what they wanted to see differently. And here's another thing, too. There's so many people that are complaining about so many different things. But, you know, the writers can't make everybody happy. They just, there's no way they could have done that.
Well,
so
the major problem that the writers
Why would
had.
you even want them to?
Well,
I don't have to make everybody happy, just me.
yeah, just us,
yes.
damn it, just us. Now, normally I'd be like, yeah, you know, there's a small vocal minority that's hating on the show because you're not going to please everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But man, this criticism is pretty wild. It seems, and of course the writers have a problem.
So there are two different water bottles visible in this episode.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, again, I watched the
Yeah.
episode. Did you see them the first time around, or just when people?
No, I wasn't
that's-
paying that close of attention.
People are just, well, I don't know, so freaking nitpicky. I'm like, oh well, so fucking what? You know, I mean, I don't know. It didn't bother me.
You know, it's like editing, right? Well,
Yeah.
first of all, somebody should have been talking to the cast, like, don't bring your shit onto this set that doesn't belong onto the set. Who's not telling him this?
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
Right.
there's that too.
That's somebody's job.
But when the coffee cup, like when the Starbucks cup appeared, and
That was
somebody-
actually pretty funny.
somebody's comment was that it took them out of the story. Like, seriously?
Oh, for God's sake!
I know.
really?
I was like, you
Well-
know, that is what did it for you. It wasn't the dragon. You know,
that
I mean,
was the thing.
well, the dragon's part of the story, but a coffee cup is not part of the story.
no,
it's
that's true. But it was like they were saying, there's no way that there could be a coffee cup there because this is, you know, there is no Starbucks in this universe. Well, that very well may be true,
Well, there isn't
but
a
at
Starbucks
the
in
same
that.
time,
It wasn't even a Starbucks cup.
I know.
It was a time traveler. Damn it! It's gonna be a spinoff.
Yeah, you know what? I would watch that. I would.
Like the nitpicking of like the leftover items, the things that shouldn't have been there. Like, I understand that it's kind of complaint, but I do think that the writers did write themselves into corners over and over again. Like, okay,
Well, so you're right. There was actually somebody had a very long Twitter thread explaining why this season is different than all the other seasons. And if I can summarize it briefly, it's that for the first 7 seasons, the characters drove the story, and in the this last season, the end result drove the story. And so they had to figure out how to get from
Gotta wrap it
A
up.
to B, or A to L, or whatever.
Yeah.
And there wasn't time, room, or the ability to just let things wander around until they came out in a good result.
You know,
They decided on the result, and they had to figure out how to get everybody to the right time and place for that
yeah.
result.
Yeah,
And
you
that's
know-
why it feels different.
mm.
And also, I think I have to give props to anything that can surprise me. It's something I did not see coming. And out of everybody who could have ended up ruling or as king or whatever, I did not see. I mean, I don't know if we want to do spoilers on the show or not.
Oh,
but
spoiler
I mean,
alert! Spoiler alert! If you don't want to hear
Okay,
it,
spoiler.
mute your ears. Okay, if you don't want to hear the
Yeah,
spoiler, just mute your ears for like the next 2 minutes. There you go.
Yeah, well, I was gonna try to
Yeah.
not say it, but say it. Yeah,
Do it.
Bran, I totally didn't see that coming. I mean, I really didn't. I was totally shocked. And I have to give props for that. I thought that was really cool because, you know, in every scenario that it played out, he wasn't in any one of them. So
Well,
I thought that was cool.
SK,
Yeah.
do you want to, or do I? I mean, there's a reason why. Because
I love the meme that shows Bran sitting there, and it says, when you don't participate in the group project, but you get an A anyway.
Oh God, that's awful.
he was like one of the most useless
But
characters.
he's useless, and then he gets to be, king. Jesus Christ!
But well, what I was gonna say is that even in that season, he had no interest, and he expressed, "I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it.
Yeah.
I don't." But then all of a sudden, now he wants it. Which, by the way, that scene in the last episode was so cringy. All the lords there. I'm like, wait, how did they all get there? Like they just all decided to show up. Like
Time traveler.
Like a lot of time was cut. It was like
weeks. Well, I mean, they mentioned it in passing that some month had gone
Well, yeah,
by.
but you can see it in their facial hair, like in Tyrion's and in Jon's facial hair, that it'd been a while, Yeah.
Yeah. But even the characters there seemed out of place. Like they didn't want to, like they didn't know what they were doing.
Yeah, and it's like you get all of these alpha types sitting in the room together. Who wants to be the king of everybody? And it's like all these people looking at their feet going, oh, gosh, do I say me? Can I vote for me? I don't think so. That'd be rude.
Yeah. Well, this is Game of Thrones. Shouldn't they all be like, oh, yeah, it's me. I want to be king of everybody.
Right.
How come it was only... sorry.
Not just that, but the personality types. These are all super alpha of alphas, right? Why are they not going to be up, championing their own self?
Yeah.
That seems counter.
It does. But
it's like what happens to drama club elections. This isn't.
No, we could harp on Game of Thrones all night, but Xtina only has borrowed time, so we gotta get into this. We gotta get into this before. Okay, Xtina, for those who don't know who you are, which I think just about everyone knows, just briefly, who are you? What do you do? And then we'll get into what you're working on now.
Thanks. I didn't have anything planned at all. I thought we were just going to talk about Game of Thrones here.
You lie.
I know.
You got new books.
I'm Xtina Marie. I think most people know me for, well, I don't even know what most people know me for. Dark Musings was my first book, baby, and it's poetry. I'm the Dark Poet Princess, yeah. And the Panic Room, of course. I got to give a shout out to James and the Panic Room. And I don't know what my title would be. Is it CEO? I don't know. I'm, yes, right up there at the top with of Hellbound Books Publishing. And we are, doing some really cool things right now. And we have, you know what? I just had I heard it in my head when I said some really cool things. And I heard the little bit we play on our show with Donald Trump talking about, really really good things and really,
yeah.
But, the thing I think I'm most excited about right now with Hellbound is the audiobooks. Those are so much fun. And there are some really great, narrators out there, and I'm getting to listen to because I don't have a whole lot of time, so I can listen in, and I just love the whole process of the audiobooks, and so that's exciting for me because I'm in charge of that part of the Hellbound. So it's
cool.
It's like my baby now, so every time I see one of our books turn into the audio, I'm like, I did that. Well, I didn't really do it, but it feels like I did.
You helped make it happen.
Yeah, the very first one that went live, and I had, I helped pick the narrator, I helped do, and I listened to all, when it went live, I was so excited. It felt like it was my own book, and I was just as excited as our author was. So that's cool.
Aww.
Yeah. I know.
Very nice.
Yeah, you do. But
cool.
And
you
have a new book out.
Yeah, if we're talking about me, I have a new book out. It's called Without the Confines of My Rhymes, which I thought that was a pretty clever title because everything up till now has always been rhyming, and I've always loved to rhyme. To be honest, I never really liked poetry that didn't rhyme. I just didn't get it. I would, read a couple lines and be like, that's just that's just a couple lines. I didn't get it. And I read a book by a friend of mine. I'll go ahead and throw her name out there. R.B. O'Brien. She put out a poetry book last year called Ruin My Lipstick. And I had an advanced reader's copy, and I read it. And there was some beautiful free verse poetry in it. And I just remember thinking, I want to try this. I want to see if I can do it. And I just started writing, and the first 100 maybe, no, I don't know, the first attempts were just like laughable, even though, I mean, at the time
They were not.
Well, see, that's the thing, is that I still thought they were cute and sweet, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's my first try. And oh my, looking at them now, I'm like, oh dear Lord, I can't believe I showed people that. But I started compiling them, and I had the idea that I wanted to put out a book of free verse poetry. And as much, and this is the confusing part, I loved dark musings, I loved light musings, I loved darkest sunlight. I thought they were beautiful, but this one, I'm so proud of this one, just because I stepped out of my comfort zone, and
Exactly.
And I had a lot of fun. And I also have to give a little shout out here to the cover artist. He did both this book and Darkest Sunlight. His name is Luke Spooner, and he is a great artist. We use him at Hellbound often, but he is just a great artist. And I have a half a mind to say to him, could you draw dark musings like you do? Because I just think he does.
Yeah.
I know, right, and have them all.
That would be so cool.
I think so too. I do. So, but I love.
He could do it too.
He could.
He's really talented.
Good. I agree. So, as far as what I'm working on now, Hellbound. I'm working Hellbound too. I edit and the narrating and stuff, and So, well, no, I don't do the narrating. I do the audio part, and so that takes up a lot of my time. But we're doing some. Yeah. But I love it. I do. I really do. I'm really proud of what we're doing at Hellbound. So, shout out to James Longmore. I know. And if anybody, and the Panic Room, we are going on. What number are we on? 142 or 43, something like
that's
that.
Pretty cool.
It
That's
is.
a lot of shows.
And
it is.
This is the second year, isn't it?
I think
You're
we're
well into the second year.
Yeah, I think
our third year.
I think in July we head toward 3 years. We'll be doing
right.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
July was
Once a week.
Yeah. Just Thursdays at 10:30 Eastern. Yeah.
You hear that, Jesse? They only have to go once a week.
I know. Yeah. I know, right? I used to just go once a week.
You're so mistreated.
I used to go once a week, but then I was like, you know what? You know that thing called a life? I don't need that.
Yeah.
I don't need that.
When we
wait a minute. Wait a minute.
What?
Hey, SK.
Yeah.
You wait till Halloween time, till October. 30 days of Halloween.
Wow.
Oh yeah, baby. Every day.
For me on Thursdays after the show, it feels like I'm like, I can celebrate my Friday. Like that's when it starts. Is like right after the show. I'm like, ooh, yeah, it's my weekend now. When the Panic Room started, we did Wednesdays at it was 4 to 6, which I thought that was a really strange time, and it wasn't when me and James finally took over on the Panic Room. We changed it to prime time, and we went to Thursday. And we were, first of all, we just did horror authors, but then we started to branch out, and pretty much we've had every kind of author on. We've had children's authors, and sci-fi and erotica, and
and me.
Yeah, we've had you on the show. And when are you coming back? We had a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. Waiting for an invite.
You mean you want me back?
Isn't that weird, Becky? Becky's having a hard time processing that concept.
Damn.
This is so awful. I have a book, and it has all the different authors all the different guests we've had on the show. And but there was one time, there was a social media uproar over a book that was banned, and I remember thinking I have to get that author on the show, and I went to message her, and I'm like, oh, she's already been on the show. It was such a weird moment. I'm like, how did I not remember that? But
what
we
book?
just. I'm not going to say now because the people are going to wonder why I didn't remember her.
Oh, I just don't know because the book was banned.
Oh, but okay, fine.
It wasn't the fantasy. It wasn't blood hair or whatever. Yeah, what book was it? Oh, okay.
It was an erotica. It was a dark erotica.
Oh, well, yeah, they get banned left and right.
Yeah, and this one, yeah, but you know what? I read the book and I liked it. I did. There were definitely cringe-worthy moments, and then, but she kind of flipped some stuff at the end, so it kind of wasn't as bad, or it wasn't exactly what you thought it was. So it made it a little, not quite as cringe-worthy, which to me made it almost like she was, backing out of whatever. I don't know. It was a good book, and
it's a good book, but Prude's on Amazon, man. Prude's on Amazon. You have to get past them somehow.
Yeah,
you have to get past the gatekeeper. Go through the back door. You got to find a way. There are ways.
I
That sounded so wrong. Sorry. Anyway, hey, do you happen to have a poem that you want to read from your new book?
A what? Wait a minute. What?
A poem.
What? A poem. A poem.
I'm sorry. I pronounced it correctly. A poem. A poem.
Poem. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. Let me see here. It's so weird because it's a little harder to read the free verse poetry just because in my head I'm going, okay, do I stop where I have this, anyway. I have a couple here. Let's see, which one is my favorite?
No, not the other one. Not
the
that
other one? Okay. This one is called I Need Nothing, and that's a cool story. I was when I was at the last place I lived, I used to walk all the time. It'd be me and my son would walk 5 miles a day and stuff. And when we were turning the corner to go back home, there was this old couple that would sit at this trailer, and they would hold hands, and they were they were old, and the house was just it looked like it was falling down around them, but it was so sweet to me that they were still holding hands. And so anyway, I went home and I wrote this poem.
I love this one.
I need nothing. Each week I drive past this old trailer. The porch sags. It's in dire need of a fresh coat of paint. The grass is slightly overgrown, and the car in the driveway hasn't moved in years. 2 rocking chairs side by side, no table in between. An old couple sit holding hands even in July heat. I make up names for them sometimes. Is she an Edith? Maybe a Martha, and he must be Stanley, or perhaps Philip. I wave when I drive past and hope someday that's us, sitting side by side, holding hands even in July heat, on a porch that's seen better days, looking at a lawn that we were too old to properly care for, while every day is still perfect because I need nothing but you. Aww.
Oh, that's sweet.
I love it.
Thank you. It's
Very
definitely
nice.
It's definitely a change from the dark poet princess, but I think that anytime. I think that our writing changes, and it definitely depends on the frame of mind you're in. I was in a really, really dark place when I wrote Dark Musings, and I look back at some of those poems are my absolute favorites, but I'm not there anymore. So yeah.
What?
That's because we
Hold on,
write
hold on.
poetry.
Hold on.
Yeah.
You tried to slip that right past us, didn't you?
What?
She did.
I'm not there anymore. Part
I'm
about
not.
the.
What
Yeah.
happened?
See.
What happened?
I don't know either. What?
Well,
What are you happy now?
Oh, I am. I am really happy. So, and that's something too.
Damn it! That's just
I-
going to ruin everything.
I know,
what's the
I
trick?
know. What's the trick? Love. It's love. All you need is love.
Oh.
The Beatles said it. They did. And
And they were so wrong.
no, they were right.
Isn't love what broke them up?
All you
Come on
need is
now.
all you need is love and a 401k and a mortgage
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and
No.
a regular large income. It's just really simple.
Yeah. Simple things.
I don't remember
Nice
those
car.
lyrics. Those they must have cut those lyrics out of the version I know and love.
Oh, they only lived by those. That's
Well,
all.
Paul McCartney has said in the last few years he's kind of lamented some of what he called their what did he call it? He called their naive lyrics of the early days.
Well, yeah, I bet he would.
Because they didn't know shit, and they didn't know that they didn't know, right? But yeah.
Oh, good idea.
I
Someone.
suppose it's good that you're happy. Tell us how
Yeah.
that other than your poetry, tell us how that affects your creativity and what you want to create.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny because I thought that it was, because I'm known as the dark poet princess, so I definitely, and I make jokes to, the boyfriend. I'm like, you're gonna ruin my reputation and stuff, and I do think that, I did worry that it just my poetry, you wouldn't be able to feel it like you could, some of the darker things, but that that's not true. If you have it in you or whatever and it comes out, I think that whether it's dark or whether it's light, it's going to touch someone, and not in a really gross way or anything, but
Nothing gross about that.
but
Wow.
I have to say that I love so many of the poems in this book, and that was something too that most of my adult life and probably even younger than that, I existed, and it was just I had some pretty horrific things in my past, and it was just getting by. It was just day to day. It was just you existed, but you weren't really living. And now that and now that I'm so happy now. I can't even express exactly how happy I am. And there are certain things that certain days and just moments that seem like there's nothing. They seem like they're just just a normal moment, but it's so special that I decided I'm going to try to capture this, but not with a camera or something, but with my writing.
Now, did you find that process therapeutic? Like writing about the bad times, like when you're going through
definitely.
that.
Oh, okay. Definitely. Yeah. Dark Musings. Some of those. I mean, and here's something too. I don't know if I'm telling a secret here, but for the most part, I think poets, they write what they're going through. They write what they're feeling. Mm-hmm. It's not, most of the time it's not fiction. So when you pick up Dark Musings and you read some of the really dark ones, there's one that you can see this girl, laying in a pool of her own blood because, and of course it's not really happening. She didn't really, but she feels like it did. She can feel, the blood seeping out of her and, just how heartbroken she is. And, that's something that, I couldn't fake. So, I mean, when you read those words, you're like, that's where I was, that's where my mind was. So, and after, I wrote something like that, or after something like that was written, I definitely felt a relief, almost like a purging it was.
Now, just to follow up with that, though, on the same idea, does it ever become where it's no longer therapeutic? Does it ever become like it's just keeping you, I guess, having you relive a certain emotions? Like, does that become a problem to where then it's just better off to just write more positive things?
Well, see, that's the thing is that you can't really write positive things if you're not in that frame of mind.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like I find it hard now to recreate something dark. Now I could probably do something scary because that's more, fiction. But I mean, as far as broken heart or anything sad, unless you're there, I have not been able to find how to get into that headspace, and that's fine. I am much, I'm happy writing happy things. So
Happy things.
yeah.
Oh, I like how the chat's calling this the love
Happy
show.
fluffy.
What was it?
Yeah, I know.
Love Min's Tome. I like that.
You know-
So, how much more time do you have, Xtina?
I don't know where were we going with this. I mean, it depends on what we're
You
talking
asked
about.
that question.
Oh no, I just want to make sure that way we still have time to end your part with a virtual holding of hands and feeling the love.
Kumbaya, can
yes,
we do that?
Yes,
Kumbaya.
we can.
Well,
we can do
Oh,
that.
you mean you're gonna let me and Xtina sing?
Oh God, no, God, no.
Please, please, please.
I have not been drinking enough to do that. We sang once to James Longmore on the Panic
Yes,
Room.
we did.
Oh
sang
my gosh.
Take me out to the ball
And he
game.
made us swear not
Never
to
to
ever
do
do it again.
I can only imagine why.
It was so, but the bad part is I didn't even know the song really. So early in the day, I was Googling the lyrics and I was trying to figure out the melody, and then we get on the show and we haven't practiced or
Yeah,
anything.
but you gotta tell them
oh,
what we sang.
take me out to the ball game.
Well,
because
if the
I'm a
chat
huge
is
baseball
a
fan.
democracy, more people
No.
are saying yay than nay.
So how much is how's your baseball team doing, and how
Oh,
much is that
God.
affecting your mood?
But you know what? The funny
Nice
thing
try,
is,
okay.
the funny thing is like I'm a huge baseball fan. I love the Blue Jays. And this is during the Panic Room right now, James would be muting me, but he gets really bored with my baseball talk. But in last year and even the year before that, I did not miss one game. And I think they play.
Wow.
I think they play like 100 and I don't even know 130.
174,000 games every season.
Wow.
No, they don't.
I just mean the one team, the Blue Jays.
Yeah,
it's
that's what I
like
mean.
130 something or something like that.
It
Anyway.
seems like they play 47 games a day.
But I have a life now, and so there's days that go by, and I'm like, shit, I have no idea if my team plays, what time, who they're playing. So that's when you have a life, you don't have as much time for baseball. But that being said, they're not doing that great. I don't think they're doing.
But the
they're not
Astros
doing
are still
as bad-
kicking ass.
They're not doing as bad as they were last year at this time. But then again, it's a brand new team. I don't know many of the players anymore because we got rid of so many of them.
Hold on. Oh, someone gave out the number.
What?
I guess I could answer to see what happens. All right, it's not gonna merge to the call though. It's gonna. Oh, let me just pick it
We'll
up.
answer it and see who.
All right, this is Deadman Podcast. What's up? Hello.
Hello?
Hello. Is this James?
It is. Hello. Is
Ah.
Xtina still there?
Let me try to merge us. I answered, but it did
I
not
wanted
give
to-
me the option to merge you into the other call, which is not what's. Oh, anyway, you know what? Maybe if we hit the join call button, we all join. Let me see that. Ready? If not, then I'll just call you back, which is kind of. Yeah.
What's going on?
All right. Let me see.
Nobody's supposed to hear unless you
Nope. That
qualify
did not
your
work. Nope. So it's supposed to be whenever they call in, it gives you the option to merge the call, but it did not. It does not. It just says pick up the call, and then it takes us to a whole other group.
Wow.
Yeah, which sucks. It hung up on them too. That's bullcrap.
Yeah,
I
I
wonder
think
who it
I'm pretty sure that was my buddy James Longmore
It is
calling in
James.
because we have never Yeah,
Oh, is that-
I don't think either one of us have done a show that the other one didn't call in and say hi. So
Well, he
it
definitely
doesn't
said
feel
hi,
like
and I feel bad because
Oh.
he needs to. I was going to copy and paste the number, but I did not. So, if you want me to, I could call him. I think I have the number still, but
you should. Yeah.
okay. Hey Becky, do you have his number? I mean, I could do it. You could.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
do.
All right. If you get him to the call, or you could just text it in the chat, and I could
I'm
dial
working
either
on
way.
it.
All right. All right. I apologize, guys.
I'm working on it.
You know, it used to be where Skype would let me do that. It doesn't let me do that anymore. The alternative would be Discord, but Discord doesn't do phone.
Well, it says it's unavailable.
Well, let me fix that. Let me fix that because
Can we send it to you?
no, it's right here. Let me just ring him.
Oh, that's right, because I just dialed it. It's still there. Sorry.
It's okay. Hello,
Hello?
Longmore, Mr. Longmore.
Longmore. No,
Yes.
you can call me James if you want.
All right,
Longmore.
James.
What the fuck's that supposed to be all about?
So Longmore. So yeah, sorry about that.
No, you can Sir James. To you.
So James.
James. Yes. I like that.
James.
I've knighted myself. I'm now Sir James.
So James.
James III of Buckinghamshire.
You might as well
I
deny yourself.
mean, I have to be polite when I'm on on our own show. But I've got Xtina. Is that you, my dear?
Yes, sir. It is.
Is that
Hi.
you, my dear? Sir James of Buckingham Northamptonshire. Yeah, the poetry. It's all right. It's poems and that, isn't it? Yeah.
Poems.
What you've
Uh-huh.
done. Poems.
Yeah.
I've got Becky. Is Becky there? Becky.
Yes.
Becky, say poems. So, no, seriously, I've missed it. Say
No.
poems.
Even better. Even better. Sir James, hold on. Even better. Say weird poems.
No!
I want to hear it. Say it.
Wait a minute. I'll say it for James. It's poems.
Poems. There you go. There you go. So now, as I
And
was
then
saying, he's
we
well,
are-
I'm talking now. Wait, be quiet.
Oh, you can't pass that up. Hold on.
Talent's on now. Be quiet. Yeah. So if it's poetry, Xtina, why doesn't it rhyme?
Well, there's like over 50 different kinds of poetry. If you,
No, there's not. No, there's rhyming poetry,
Uh-huh.
and then there's lists. Yeah. So
Yeah.
what you've produced is a book of lists, really, isn't it? Be honest.
But I think it's free verse poetry, and I'm excited
what?
about it. Free verse
Free
poetry.
verse. No,
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a list of words.
What is free verse? Sounds like just made up. What's free verse?
Well, basically, there is no rules. You just,
great.
you don't have to. Yeah. You don't have to use punctuation.
It doesn't have to rhyme. It doesn't
No.
have to have a certain number of
Exactly.
syllables.
So
It doesn't have
it's
to-
it's basic. It's literature for people who can't be asked. I mean,
Or stuff my
Oh,
kids could write.
I could rhyme this, but I'm not going. We a great poem that we used to say when we were kids was, "Roses are red, violets are blue. Some poems rhyme, but this one doesn't." And I think
Yes.
that encapsulates what Xtina has actually created in her. But I mean, to be fair, the colour is fantastic.
It is.
Thoughts and prayers to Luke Spooner. He's an absolute genius of an artist. But yeah, it doesn't rhyme,
It doesn't.
which for me was a bit of a letdown.
And that's the
Which-
the cool part about the title without the confines of my rhymes. I do love the rhymes. I do. And for a long time, that was all that I would, read, or definitely all I would write. But when I decided that I was going to try, free verse, I did see how actually freeing it was, because you're not you're not confined to a small box or whatever.
Well, I wish I'd known about it when I first I tried poetry years ago, and I literally I one line, the first line of my poem about oranges, and that was it. I was just stuck.
Well, that would be a difficult poem to write about oranges.
Yeah.
So.
Sort of wrote myself into a corner, really.
Although my son had to bring it up to me that confines and rhymes, that's not a perfect rime. He did make sure to point that out to me.
But most Americans would even know. They wouldn't care.
Most Americans know.
No.
But then again, a lot of well, I say most Americans voted for Donald Trump, but they didn't, did they? They didn't.
They don't.
The minority voted for Donald Trump when he got through on the electoral college. But moving on. So
what's going on, Mr. Sorry, what's going on, James?
It's nice not to have to. So you what? Say again.
What's going on, James? What's new with you?
What's new? Same old, really. Same old. Yeah, I don't know. I tell you, I had a bit of a disaster today. I have on my office chair. I have this is how exciting my life is as a writer and publisher. And suddenly it was a bit worrying because I sort of had a bit of a spicy meal last night, and so as you start working, and I've let a bit of your release valve, let a bit out as you do.
Okay.
And then my bottom was feeling very damp.
Oh my God.
I thought, and I had a lot. There's a big damp part. I've got one of these these comfort because I spent 90% of my time sat on this one of these gel cushion things. Big bloody great damp patch. And I thought, oh dear, was that a follow through? But what has happened? I've had this cushion for 5 years now, and the gel thing inside has actually leaked.
It's the gel thing inside and not your ass.
Yeah, no, the gel.
So you don't need a diaper. You don't need to be wearing an ass plug.
Well, exactly. I was about to tell the kids, you need to start, Googling, old folks' homes, or at the very least, adult diapers.
Depends. You need to wear some Depends.
But thankfully not. But no, I mean that was the excitement of my day today. I've been working very hard, getting the next batch of books ready for release for Hellbound Books Publishing next week. Yeah, end of the month next week. We've got 3 more coming out. Another poems book, actually. I think this one rhymes, so it'll be a little bit better, a little less disappointing.
Yeah.
We have the sequel to Sangre, Colour of Dying, which is, it's been a couple of years in the making, and Carlos has done a tremendous
That's
job.
pretty cool. That's cool.
And we have a brilliant anthology out as well. What is that one called, Xtina? I can't remember.
The Devil
really
Tower?
Good.
The Devil Tower?
That's the one.
Yeah.
That's the one. We've got some more. In fact, we've got, hopefully, once Amazon pull the finger, another couple of audio books out. Both of which are mine, actually.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. You guys are kicking
Yeah.
ass in the audiobooks. Yeah.
We are. I mean, they're actually published. The paperbacks and ebooks are published through Black Bed Sheet Books. It's Nick Grabowski. But we're publishing the audiobooks, and there's no audiobooks. So we shall see how they go. So that's exciting. That's all exciting. So it is. It's just go at the moment. Which is
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Which is good.
Well,
but,
now,
yeah.
We got a few other things to talk about tonight as well. I don't know if you guys still want to stay on. If not, that's okay too.
Well, I'm gonna hang up now. I'm gonna watch episode 3 of Chernobyl just so I can spoil it for Xtina tomorrow.
Thanks.
Hey, don't get hooked. Don't get hooked. It's just gonna end.
I'm pretty sure they know how that ends.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, we do, but it is. I would highly recommend it, and I got Xtina watching it.
It's good.
The end of episode 2, which I watched it a couple of nights ago. I think Xtina watched it last night.
Yeah.
And it literally had me holding my breath on the edge of my seat. I thought the damp patch could well have been me, actually. But, Yes, I will heartily recommend Chernobyl. Like I say, we have 2 now items, but
It's good.
it is incredibly well done. So there you go.
That's
There
how
you go.
shows
But no,
start,
there
though.
was
That's how shows
Think
start. They
people
start
will
off well
complain
done.
about how
and
it
they end-
ends.
always jolly to chat. And yeah, I'm going to bugger off now. Leave you guys in peace. So have a jolly one. Have a good
Good
rest
night,
of the show.
James.
You too, Sir
Good
James.
night.
James.
Good
Have a good
night. Good
one.
night, y'all.
Good
Good
night.
night, y'all.
Good night, y'all.
Good night, y'all.
All right.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna scamper out of here too. But
okay.
I know the night's getting away from me though, and we definitely have to make a date to have have the show come to you. Have you guys come to the Panic Room and have some fun.
Definitely.
Yeah.
For me, it'd be like a break because not hosting,
Right?
just talking.
Exactly.
I don't have to worry about things.
Exactly. That is
Um,
kind of cool. Yeah,
yeah.
definitely. Yeah.
All right. Well,
So-
look forward to hearing from you, and we look forward. I mean, I'm gonna get that new book, so I'll probably order it now. And
Yeah. Without the confines of my rhymes, brand new book by Xtina Marie. Buy it.
Until James
Yeah.
knows
And the
nothing.
link is in the chat for it.
Until
These
James
Yes.
knows
lousy
nothing about
people,
poetry.
Buy the damn book.
Yes. Yes. It's bye.
Thank you so much for having me on. Bye.
Bye.
My ex.
Adios. All right. So where do we go, guys? Porn on a train? What is porn on a train? What the? what is that? Is like
Well, you were gonna guess or what?
someone was literally playing porn on a train, like for everyone to see.
Well, kinda. No.
Oh yeah. Is that one of our stories?
There
Yeah, I
was
think
a
so.
worker that it is. There was a worker on the Southwestern Railway that had accessed X-rated material while there was a microphone was live, and it broadcasted over the speaker system.
Huh? What's wrong
Oh,
with
just
that?
over the speakers?
So no visual, just an audio.
No visual, just audio. Yeah.
Oh, that's not bad. So wait.
Everybody was kind of like, "What the hell is that? Oh my god!" Yeah.
So wait, but see,
they were forced to listen to sexual sounds.
I mean, I could play sexual sounds right now, and it would be fine on YouTube. I think. I don't know. Could I try that? I don't know. I mean, just do some moans. I mean, like, okay, wait. I have a bunch of questions, of course. SK, do you have questions?
What was
No,
the show
he
that
does
was?
not.
What were they playing?
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't say.
Oh,
What
It
happened to
doesn't
journalism?
say the
How-
name of the
how-
video or whatever.
lazy journalism. You're absolutely right, Jesse. It's lazy fucking journalism.
These journalists,
I mean,
man.
literally.
Now, why did you need to know the name of the porn video?
Becky.
Because
Journalists-
that's part of the
Okay, never
the
mind.
who, what, where,
Never mind.
why, when.
Yeah.
You got to answer those
Right.
questions. Those are the critical questions in
Apparently,
journalism.
in that article that you just read, none of those questions are really answered or really asked.
No, not
The
really.
who, we don't know who. We just know kind of a vague someone. We need his name. A what, we kind of have an idea of a what, but we don't really have the full details. Like what was played, like how much, like did it say how long it was? How long was it? Was it a
No.
short?
No.
Was it a little short amount, or was it a long, hefty amount? Was it a
It was
good?
a big. It was a long, thick, hard section.
Okay. So
Oh
the people on the plane were train. People on the train were exposed to a long, hefty section of just raw adult content.
Pounding,
Okay.
throbbing.
Wow. I mean,
yeah.
please tell me he kept his job, right? I mean, he kept his job.
It doesn't say that they fired him or anything. But it
Oh.
does say that the video has received almost 800,000 views and attracted hundreds of comments from amused social media users.
So wait, we can play this. Wait, I could find this video right now on YouTube then, right? This video of porn being playing on the train, because it's not going to show it. It's just you're gonna hear it. I want to hear. Wait.
I want to hear what he says.
Watching porn on subway prank. These are porn prank. Train driver plays porn over speakers.
Not
Okay, wait.
right
Is this it?
in the UK.
Is this it? Yeah. You know, it's in the UK. Oh my God! First off, it's in the UK. First off, did he have a license to play that porn? He might.
Probably not.
He might be in trouble for that. Anyway, let me play this.
The transport for London responded, saying, "Oh dear, thankfully it wasn't one of our train drivers."
I don't hear anything. This thing is on max. So, it was over the loudspeaker, but you barely hear it.
That sounds like ghost porn.
Yeah. It sounds weird. I'm cranking this up full. By the way, I'm cranking it full volume. Like on the mixer, it's like red. I could barely even hear it. This is crap. I'll go back to the frog sounds.
Turn the frogs down. Oh my God.
I'm
Frog porn.
Frog porn. We got frog porn going on over here. Okay, anyway. So, anything else we could add to this story? Probably not.
No.
Well.
But I do have another.
I want to know how many kids said to their mommy, "Mommy, is that you?"
Oh my God.
You know that at least one mom got that on the or the dad goes, "Is that mommy?"
Yeah. I mean, after all, they probably heard it at home, you know? Shit.
Right.
All right, what's the other story we got?
Well, oh Lord, Lamar
That's
Odom.
an old story.
Yeah, the story about the good old Lord.
Yeah.
It's a Bible. It goes way on back, man. And we'll talk about that. We'll talk about the Bible. Is everyone
No,
Talk about
Bible
Old Testament?
porn?
no,
Oh, Bible
No.
porn. Oh, become biblical. Okay.
no.
Okay.
No.
Lamar Odom admits to using a fake penis to pass Olympic drug test.
Yes. Wait, did he sneak it?
Yes.
How did he sneak it in?
So-
Like up his ass? Like how did he?
In his pants. No. So
No.
the way I've seen this depicted on TV is that you wear essentially a strap-on with a bladder of clean as far as steroids go, clean urine attached to it, and you drop it out of your zipper and you drain it into the cup. And you do this way because sometimes somebody's kind of looking over your shoulder a little bit to make sure you're not, pouring from a sippy cup.
Yeah.
Well, kind of.
Kind of. I mean, that's what happened.
Kind
right?
of.
Oh, what else? What else happened here? Oh, sorry, Becky.
Well, he had been smoking weed
Yeah.
and every day that summer, and
Okay.
he panicked.
Okay.
And so he ordered a giant rubber black. Can I say the word?
Yeah. Cock.
We're gonna get banned. Cock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Black cock.
Wiener.
Giant
Cock.
black cock. Okay.
Yeah. And so he filled it with a clean urine sample
Okay.
and used it to fake pee into a cup.
That's kind of what Skip was talking about, but
That's what I said.
He snuck it in his pants, though, right?
Well, he said, he just went in and whipped it out and peed the cup and put it back and left. That's what he said. Kind of.
How did they find out though? Like the person. I mean, that's the big question I have. Like, how did they find out?
He dropped it.
It fell out of his pants.
Oopsie. Leprosy. Oh my god.
Imagine being the guy in the bathroom having to watch this dude, and he pulls out clearly a rubber dick, and he drops it. It's like, God.
Well, he dropped it all right, but he wrote it in a memoir.
Yeah.
Yeah, he told the story in a memoir.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't outed. He outs himself in a memoir. Okay.
Yeah.
Must be statute of limitations must be over.
Well, then it's not. It is kind of news, but it's not really news because it's like, okay, so because we know this stuff happens. We know all these guys are cheating. All these guys are like cheating the test. I mean, come on, man. All right. I don't have anything else. I don't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's.
Well, I've got one that'll make you mad.
All right. What's gonna make me mad?
There was a 5-year-old that brought crack cocaine to preschool.
Oh, what, my son? Oh, damn it.
It better not have been. You'll be in deep shit.
Oh, show and tell. That's all it was. Show and tell.
Yeah.
This is what my mommy and daddy smoke. Probably just mommy because daddy left. Daddy's probably in jail.
Daddy's got to pay for the crack.
He told the teacher's aide that the person who handed him the bag told him to hide it. He brought about 24 vials of crack into the preschool at a Roman Catholic church.
Two
dozen.
24.
He gave some idiot gave 24 vials of anything to a kindergartner.
Yeah.
You know what?
Okay, that person must be smoking crack because kindergartners can't do shit.
No.
Right.
No, they can't.
Well, they told him to hide it, and you know.
And he just yeah. I mean, come on. That is some of the dumbest shit. Oh my god!
Wait, he hid it in his backpack, and the teacher's like, "Okay, it's show and tell. What do you have?" Oh, I have these rocks. I mean, come on, man. And besides,
these little bottles of rocks that I was told to hide and not tell anybody. Here, let's pass them around so everyone can see.
Oh, fuck.
I mean, kids, Jesus, they're 6 years old. They don't know shit. That's why they're kids.
I mean, it's true. I mean, I could just imagine a 6-year-old bringing all that stuff into school and then showing everybody, and then all those kids getting into it, like literally like ingesting it. I'm surprised that didn't happen. Wow.
Did they arrest the kid?
No.
Well, shit, they arrest kids for sexual harassment in fucking kindergarten anymore. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And the kid who got arrested for making a gun shape out of a slice of bologna.
Yeah. Well, dude, it's hypervigilant.
Are you serious?
No, he's
serious.
He's serious.
Oh God.
Like, and keep in mind, my line of work, I can't go in full detail, but let's just say I worked a few cases where kids as young as 10, or the youngest I saw was 11, already on probation. On probation for what?
Yeah.
I mean, on probation.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Oh man.
So my question
if I
you
had
got
been in trouble like that when I was that age, my mother would have beat the living shit out of me.
And you know what? Not that
I would have deserved it.
Not that I condone child abuse, and I think you guys know I don't. But sometimes you need to establish an understanding with your kids that there's an expectation of how to behave, and if you cross that line, I mean,
Yeah.
There's a difference between spanking them and beating the shit out of them.
most states
There
understand
ain't
that.
nothing wrong with spanking them.
And just speaking in general, not every form of discipline is effective for every child. You have
That's
to
true.
tailor the punishment to the child. And my own kids taught this to me
Mm-hmm.
when they were still babies.
Oh yeah, I'm on that
And-
too.
And you do one thing to this kid, and they're like devastated by it. You do the same thing to this other kid, and they're like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Like, I'll give you an example. My son, you cannot physically discipline him. You spank him, he doubles down, and he actually
Yeah.
starts kicking. He escalates it into violence. He'll start kicking walls, punches stuff. It's like, oh, man, that's not working. That's just pissing him off.
Yeah.
My daughter, on the
Yeah,
other hand.
my oldest daughter would just fucking ignore it
Yeah.
if you spanked her. She's like, yeah, whatever.
Now, but
And it's
See-
like, okay,
see,
gonna
my
have
daughter,
to do
though,
something different.
she doesn't respond to like timeouts. She finds everything funny. And the worst thing about my daughter is that she has a laugh that's contagious. Like whenever you discipline her, she starts laughing. She finds it funny.
Oh, you're doing so much
I
shit.
can't ground her because when I go, see with my son, I can give him a chance to be like, okay, you do it one more time and X happens. Be like, okay, I know you're serious. I tell that to my daughter. She laughs at me and does it again. I'm like,
You're in so
oh,
much trouble.
So
No,
in
I
other
got
words,
that.
she's like living with a little me.
yeah.
So much trouble. You don't
So-
even know what's coming.
I don't. But the only thing she seems to understand, the only thing is like a pop every now and then. Like, because dad shakes her because like, oh my God, dad did that. Oh my God. It's like, I was
Yeah.
testing
hurt the
boundaries with
feelings,
dad.
Yeah.
But of course, my wife
Yeah.
tells me it doesn't help that I laugh at everything she does. But her laughter is contagious. Her laugh has a way to slice through like any sort of facade of seriousness that I have. I'm just like, you cut right through me, girl. Like, this is funny. This is funny. I know it's funny. But anyway. Yeah, that's a nice segue.
The worst thing you could do to my oldest daughter was give her a lecture. That just crushed her soul. Just to lecture her for like 20 minutes. She's like, no, stop. Just stop. I'll be good. Stop it.
What age? What age
Mhm.
is that? What age was that effective? Maybe I gotta try that.
Like first grade on.
Oh, okay. So not a 3-year-old. Damn.
No.
See, my daughter's
No.
not even 3 yet. She's not
Oh.
even 3 yet. She's almost.
Oh,
shit.
you're gonna have a me.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck.
She's like a few weeks.
Jeez.
Yeah, you have a me.
You just give up now, man.
I might as well. Daycare says she runs the class. Like they can't control her. Like the teacher's like, she's like hitting other kids, throwing toys. I'm like, well, what do you want us to do, man? She's not even 3 yet. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
And she doesn't give a shit, and that's the problem we have.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
she's like a joker. She just wants to do it just because it's funny. It's funny to her, and I think she gets that from me because I find instigating to be funny at
Had a
times.
me.
I don't know.
Oh, God.
That sounds like me. I met a little boy in kindergarten, and they had to make mom come get me because I climbed on top of the cabinet and refused to come down.
Oh, God.
Oh, it's so bad.
Oh, Jesse, I feel sorry for
Yeah,
you.
yeah. You know what? It's a problem.
And the problem is you know, and I've been through this myself. As you're trying to be stern and disciplined and scolding all this time, and you're just barely containing your own laughter.
Yep.
And you just got to go in the other. Excuse me a minute. You got to go in the other room and just cry laughing, and then come back and pretend to be stern again.
Yeah, man, it's like slapstick funny at times. Like she'll hit me. She'll hit me with like a something or whatever, and I'm like, no, you can't do that. And she'll start laughing, like gut laughing, like. I'm like, no, you can't do that. She's just laughing more.
Oh god, she's gonna be internet famous before she's like in third grade.
She's actually funny. I'm like, man, you're actually funny. You're not like fake funny like some of these other like female comedians, you know, like Amy Schumer. You're actually funny. Just grow up and continue to be funny. You know what's not funny though?
What?
In China's society, my daughter would be penalized by social credit points and be sent to a re-education camp because she's too.
Oh God, so would I.
Too much of trouble.
They would have deported me somewhere.
I mean, this news of this China social credit system.
This social credit system. Yep.
This is insane.
It's.
I cannot.
You know, it is. It's just a digitalization of what they've been trying to do for the last 75 years.
Yeah.
Through, social shaming and laws and shit like that. They're just trying to formalize it into an app.
Yeah.
And they pretty much have.
Yeah.
China has.
Because what everybody wants is the government telling them how good of a citizen they are.
Which is so fucking weird. Because imagine... imagine like our founding fathers hearing shit like this, you know? Imagine of Benjamin Franklin hearing shit like this. Like, how would he react? Like, what the fuck are you talking? Are you serious? You really want the...
You gotta understand, this country, half of the population of this country at the time of the founding were fucking... they were rebels for a reason. They didn't just come upon this suddenly.
No.
These are people who hated being hemmed in by class and society and knowing your place and all of the strictures of old Europe. And everybody who couldn't just grin and bear it, who didn't like that system, they ran away and they came here.
Mm-hmm.
Or they got arrested and sent to Australia. One of the two.
Which is something else that will come up in this story. But yeah, before we dig into the story much deeper, I just hope we hold on to that, man. I hope that rebellious nature that America is known for, which, I mean, it is what it is, but we're definitely known for that in one way or the other, you know?
Yeah.
I hope we keep that. But, Becky, I don't know if you want to get into the article now, but let's just do it. Let's just do it.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay. Imagine a friend calling. Imagine calling a friend, only instead of hearing a ringtone, you hear a police siren. Then a voice saying, "Be careful in your dealings with this person." Welcome to life in China.
Wait, is that AT&T telling me that, or is that the government telling me that?
No, that's the government.
Is it the Magic 8 Ball again?
Oh.
Yeah, exactly. Say you intend to catch a flight. The clerk at the ticket counter turns you away because your social credit score is too low.
Oh, man.
So now are you not humiliated in the ticket line? You're forced to travel by a slow train.
But what if you can't
all
get the
because
train either?
Well, I don't know. All because the government has declared you untrustworthy. You could have defaulted on a loan, made a mistake of criticizing a government policy online, spent too much time playing video games on the internet.
What?
All of these actions.
Yeah, so they know how much time you've spent.
Wait.
Exactly.
Wait. So everything you do, from wiping your ass to like how much time you play on video games, how much TV you watch, the chores you do, your social credit score, so what you buy, what you don't buy. If you're not buying enough, you buy too little. What the fuck?
And who do you think? Who do you think helps them collect this data? Google. Apple.
Fuck them, man.
Google and Apple. You know what? You know that Google has ditched their motto, "Do no evil."
Yeah,
or whatever. The fuck
that's
that
actually
was.
old news, but good. But that's a good reminder. They kind of
they ditched that so that they could do this shit with these oppressive regimes and make money off of them, because money's more important than, don't be evil.
Yeah, it definitely is. And it's see, that's what worries me about, because if there's any way that a system like this can come to America, it would be because of like social media platforms or Google and Facebook and stuff like that.
Well, and Google, by the time they want to do it here, Apple and Google will be old hands at it.
Yep.
They'll have worked out the bugs and kinks already.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll just be screwed totally.
Google Home just had something to say about this subject.
I bet so.
Shit,
they're calling China on you. China's gonna drone strike you.
Well, and there's punishments for this.
Punishment?
For having a low score.
Like a spanking?
Well, no, you wouldn't like that. There's, the embarrassing ringtone, ban on flights, and that's just the beginning. Exclude you from well-paid jobs.
From well-paid jobs or low-paid jobs?
Exclude you from well-paid jobs.
Wait a second.
It makes it impossible.
Hold on. Wait. Pump the brakes. So if I'm an asshole, I can't be a top management at a company?
No.
That doesn't make any sense, because top management is always an asshole. What?
Except
you better only be an asshole at work.
But in China, you have to be subtle about it.
Right.
You have to be. You have to have nuance.
It'll make it hard to get a house, a car loan, or even book a hotel room. They will slow down They'll slow down your internet connection, ban your children from attending private schools, and even post your profile on a public blacklist for everybody to see. There's a deadbeat map that shows you can tap on the person and it reveals their personal information, including their full name, court case, and the reasons they have been labeled untrustworthy.
No.
Identity card numbers and home addresses are also partially shown.
China, you can shove this up your ass. Part of me is hoping that the citizens of China just revolt against this.
Revolt.
But, hardcore. Because that would be the only way this could come crushing down if they fight against it.
Well, the best way to do it, to revolt, is to get everybody on the list. You have so many people blacklisted that they just
and the deadbeats. Get everyone deadbeats. Yeah,
just bring it down through sheer volume. They're like, who are we going to hire now?
Yeah. What if when they launch
the government?
Go ahead, Becky. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. The government claims that there is a purpose for this.
Well,
it's to enhance trust and social stability by creating a culture of sincerity that will restore social trust
They're fucking on
But what it actually is going to create is a culture of fear and a nation of informants.
Yes.
And criminals.
Yes,
right?
Criminals.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Well, here's the thing. Once you
Liars.
get into this downward, once you get trapped into this, and you get black marks against you, the only life you have is the life of a criminal.
Yep.
So they are going to create a massive criminal class because these people have no choice. Because the system will be so marked, built up against them. One slip up and bam, you got to go learn how to, rob banks or shit.
And keep in mind that even playing video games too much will put you on the list. And what's the major form of entertainment these days?
They don't watch.
Well, the major form of entertainment in China is listening to Deadman's Tome.
Yeah, of course.
Or watching porn.
That is so subversive right there. that can get just one episode can get you into the re-education camps.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it could. Very risky. Very risky. I'm curious how many Chinamen are listening to this. Probably none. Oh man. But
none.
But yeah, with gaming as popular as it is, and with the gaming industry, for some reason, focus on China right now. I just did a video where like a lot of developers are focusing on China, even though China's like censoring games to where you can't even have blood in games anymore. Not even like they mean any sort of like digitalized fluids coming out of a digital entity. You can't have that. It can't be pus, can't be saliva, it can't be blood. Yeah. So you can't have that, and you can't have the word kill or any kind of type of word of kill.
This from the country that murdered 50 million of its own citizens?
Yes, which no one really talks about, which is important. It's the irony, man.
Yeah.
It's the irony.
Yeah.
Whew. Man, fuck China, dude. That's what I can say. This idea is stupid. And Becky, before you continue on further, let me just say, from what I'm hearing, Australia is interested in this. They want this. They're going to try to test it out. So it is spreading around.
I
think Venezuela also was trying this, but that's a shithole right now. So.
I think I've been working on an idea, and by working I mean it's been an idea that's just been percolating for like 20 years. That there might be a way to use the blockchain, something like blockchain, because to establish a free market reputation outside of a credit system, that's not tied directly to money, but a reputation system. And I don't mean anything that's decided by the government, but decided, kind of crowdsourced. What's the crowdsource reputation that you have? And so that you could establish, hopefully, fairly quickly with a new person in a new environment that you have certain expectations of trust. Actual trust, not government decided trust, and have it crowdsourced. And it's really a tricky problem to solve, but I think it could be useful.
Well, the thing with that, of course, we got to be careful, because if
there's a lot of things to be careful about. Absolutely.
Yeah, because if we have that sort of platform built, and it's of course would it be owned by like a private company to where they would be the deciders of they would be the arbiters of morality?
No.
Okay.
They would be the platform, but they wouldn't be the deciders.
Okay. Who would determine what would be I guess
everybody you know.
Everybody you know.
Everybody you know, everybody you've interacted with, it would be a group, like I say, a crowdsourced reputation. So no one person.
That's blowing my mind. That's blowing my mind right now.
No one person could decide your reputation.
So it's decided by all the people you meet, like in.
Well, that you have, that you have substantial interactions with.
Okay. So if you are like if you, I don't know, let's say you rarely
Well,
get
don't
out.
piss off a friend.
Yeah, let's say you're like an incel. So you only come out like one time, like every 10 years, and you pissed off the wrong person. That's it. But
Yeah,
okay.
like I say, it's a very, very nebulous concept at this time, but I think blockchain technology might provide an interesting piece of the puzzle. And I think it could be a useful technology if it could be figured out.
Well, something like this is definitely going to encourage even more blockchain, and definitely encourage unrelated topic like cryptic currency and stuff like that as well. Because if more and more people are going to be blacklisted and they're not going to be allowed to use money, be allowed to have transactions, they're going to find another way. And it's
Yep. And they're going to find ways that
China.
the government can't touch.
I know there's more of this article, Becky. Y'all can continue. I need to excuse myself 1 second.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
Excuse or refuse?
I need to punish the midgets in the shed. One moment.
Oh, God.
What, they're in the shed now? What the hell? They must have gotten out.
They must have been bad.
Must. Yeah, yep.
I'm telling you.
I think his 3-year-old is letting him out.
She's a doll. They both are, though. Both his kids are cute.
Ah, man. Being a daddy of little girls, that is the best and the worst.
Oh my God, she sounds way too much like me when I was little. Oh my God, he is in so much shit. The worst thing that my mother could say to me that would, stop me dead in my tracks was, "You wait till your daddy gets home." And I was like, oh shit. I done pushed the envelope way too far. So you know what I do? I went. I'd go in my room, put on every pair of underdrawers I had. Yeah, well, that worked for so long, and then one time he spanked me, and I didn't cry. I got dumb, and he said, "Oh, that didn't hurt," and I went, "Nope." Yeah, that was really stupid. And so he decided to find out why. Whoops.
Oh.
Yeah. Then I really got it. And it did hurt. And do that again. But, yeah, this thing with China is insane.
Not a fan of spanking and whooping kids. Not a fan.
Dude, I deserved it.
Spanking kids, whooping kids.
No, you didn't.
I deserved it.
Sometimes you got to spank the kids. Sometimes you got to spank them.
I did.
You got to go in there and spank them, systematically. You just go in there. And, I'm the wrong person to ask. I mean, I used to be a paid bully at a mental facility. Man, when the unit gets locked down, man, there be shifts with start, right? I'm right outside the doors, double doors. My hands are already shaking because I could hear all the yelling and screaming inside and throwing the furniture and shit. I'm like,
oh man.
I'm thinking to myself before I punch in, this is what I'm doing for $12 an hour. What decisions did I make in my life? And I punch in and keep in mind, there's no chemical restraints. There's no mechanical restraints. There's no what they call booty juice. None of that. It's your hands and just fucking going in there and making sense of the situation. I'm like, okay, that's it.
Wow.
You unlock the doors, you get in there. Next thing you know, you see people. You just grab,
it's a wonder somebody didn't get hurt doing that.
Because what else you can do? You put them in a hold, put them down. Put them in a hold, put them down. Boom, boom, boom. And just take them to the back. Take them to the back. Okay. But that's an extreme situation. That's an extreme situation, SK. Not like kids in your home, right? Hopefully not.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
That was my piss break. Oh, sorry.
You're draining the lizard, right?
Drain the lizard. I went up back to check on the midgets in the shed. They're doing okay.
Mm-hmm.
So,
We have a caption contest.
oh, we do, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Let me pull that up real fast. Do-do-do-do-do.
Mamma mia, here I go again.
It's singing.
We do.
But let me. All right, what is the
I just love this picture.
I have the animated thing up right now, so it's probably freaking people out. Like, what the hell am I looking at? This part was brought to you by Kelly. She made this possible. I have the volume down now, but I can crank it up so people can hear him sing.
Crank it up. Let's let them hear it.
Okay. But we won't be able to hear it because it's not. I don't have it played through my VLC player.
Well, I can play it for you.
Well, you know, I know what it says, but that's okay.
That's fine. That's fine. Let's hear it. I want to hear the captions. That's what I want to hear. Come on, Becky, give us some captions.
Okay. The first one. Your Tinder date is here. The second one, the real Jesse's girl. Blondes have more fun.
Am I blonde?
That's kind of pink.
Well, it's blondish pink. Yeah. The chicken fondler known as Cherry Poppins is still at large. Police have released the photo.
Okay.
This isn't my bitch face. It's just my face. Maybe it's Maybelline.
I like that.
Don't hate me because I'm beautiful.
Oh, that's good.
This is my real hair.
Yep, that's my real hair.
My mangina is dark
wig.
and full of terrors.
I beg to differ. My mangina is not full of terrors. I mean, terrors or terrors?
Terror.
Terrors.
Okay.
Like, as in...
Not rips.
Frightening.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, it's definitely not full of terrors. So terrors, it might be. Okay, sorry. Just want to clarify.
Uh-huh. Is it wrong I'm feeling aroused?
Yes.
No, damn it! That's what it says!
I know, but I was answering the
Oh.
caption. I know, was it you saying
I
that?
thought you were asking.
Doesn't matter who says it, the answer's the same.
Shit. I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world.
I'm a Barbie
Oh, my
girl
God.
in a Barbie world. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so which one is your favorite? Can we read them again real quick?
Yeah, just real fast.
Your Tinder date is here. The real Jesse's girl.
Mm-hmm.
Blondes have more fun.
Mm-hmm.
The chicken fondler known as Cherry Poppins is still at large. Police have released a photo. This isn't my bitch face, it's just my face. Maybe it's Maybelline. Don't hate me because I'm beautiful. This is my real hair. My mangina is dark and full of terrors. Is it wrong I'm feeling aroused? And I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world.
Okay. Is it wrong that I'm feeling aroused? Who said that?
Robert Lilly.
All right. Well, he gets a ebook of something. I let him decide, I guess.
Okay.
So yeah, that was cool. Now, I don't think did we have like some sort of question for the group? I don't think we did.
No, we did not.
Okay, that happens sometimes. Things happen. But by the way, if you guys want to be part of like the caption contest and the questions we throw out there, just go to the Deadman's Tome Facebook group. I think it's literally called the Deadman's Tome Fan Club, and just join that. That's where it's all there. We just try to keep it more engaged, more interactive. One thing I know we're kind of behind on is the private shows for the Patreon. I haven't been doing that lately because we've been kind of busy, been doing a lot of stuff. You know, we had the 24-hour show that did take a lot, out of our system.
Still recovering from that, aren't you?
A bit, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I haven't forgotten about that. So need to talk with SK and Becky off the show, about future private shows, what we want to do to make it better for you guys, and to get access to that.
Well, I have something.
Okay.
I have something for you to do.
So right now, or for the private show?
No. I mean, for the private show, but I can tell you what it is real quick.
Oh, sure. What is it?
It's a jelly beans challenge.
Oh, that'd be cool. So that means, wait, what kind of jelly bean challenge? No, be careful. Be careful. Vic Mignogna was fired. He was investigated because he ate someone's jelly bean. So is this a trick? Am I going to eat your jelly bean and get fired? You try to fire me?
No, you're not going to be fired, and I'm not going to sue you, but I'm going to send it to you, and you're going to...
Oh.
It's a challenge. It's called the Bean Boozled Jelly Bean Challenge. And they're Jelly Belly jelly beans. So they're good jelly beans.
What do you have to do to them?
I don't even like jelly beans. Well, it's not... I'll do this. I'd rather eat bull balls and jelly beans, but I'll do this.
Where do you got to put them? That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
Oh, you have to eat them. You spin a little thing, but the flavors. Would you like me to tell you what they are?
Oh, the nasty ones?
Do you want me to tell you what they are?
Oh, please.
Yeah, what are the flavors?
Toasted marshmallow.
That's
or
fine.
It could be stink bug.
What?
Buttered popcorn or rotten egg. Peach or barf. Juicy pear or booger. Tutti frutti or stinky socks. Dirty dishwater or birthday cake. Toothpaste or berry blue. Chocolate pudding or canned dog food.
These are real flavors?
I'm not hearing anything that's repulsive.
Coconut or, oh my god, coconut or spoiled milk. Strawberry banana
I'm sorry, what's wrong with spoiled milk?
Or dead fish. Dead fish.
Don't you like dead fish? Don't you like dead
I
fish?
I prefer dead fish.
Yeah.
God.
I mean, do you eat live fish, Becky?
No, sir.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly. So you
and
like dead
it has to
fish.
be cooked, too. Well, I think this is more like rotten dead fish.
Well, cook it up. Fry it up.
Yeah. No.
Anything deep fried is good.
Strumming.
Yeah.
Hey,
Did you get the option of where to put them? No,
you know
Patty,
what?
he
I didn't
does
hear.
not.
I didn't
He
hear
has
like.
to eat them.
I didn't hear like Skink Ho or street. Street veg.
Well,
I didn't hear that
rename
stuff.
them for
Yeah,
you.
Jesse's listening for the flavors he's most familiar with.
Yeah. the ones that I may or may not have paid to try. I don't.
Hooker, dirty, nasty hooker pantyhose.
Look, life is short. You got to live dangerously.
Stripper pole.
I'm gonna rename all of your jelly beans, okay? Before I send this to you.
Cat crotch. Oh, gross. I'm just joking.
Oh my god, that's so gross. That's wrong. But yeah, that's your next private show.
Well, that sounds amazing. That sounds like it would be a great time. And where can we go to check out this private show? Oh, I think we
on Patreon.
Yeah, patreon.com/deadmanstome.
Yeah.
Just $1. Just be a backer for $1, and bam, you get access to it. Easy peasy. Oh.
I'll put a link in the chat and where you can go and sign up and pledge and become a patron.
Mm-hmm.
That way you'll know all about it.
And if
you can
really,
also read the free to read e-sign there.
You can. And if you really wanted to be cheap, you could just subscribe for a month, watch the private show, and then unsubscribe if you really wanted to. But
if you want to be one of those people, technically you can be one of those.
You do that,
but please don't be.
Mm-hmm. So we'll spread the word about that. I'm not sure. Just let me know what day and time we want to do it, and we can work out those details, and we can spread the word.
Oh, and also one other thing.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna do a live release party for
that's
Dallas Mulliken and his newest book called Blood for the Dancer.
Blood for the
When's
Dancer.
That? Mm-hmm.
Like the stripper?
For the dancer or
No,
from
no.
the dancer?
Oh no, it's not the time of the month thing. It's not from the dancer. It's for the dancer. It's like a vampire thing, right?
Blood for the Dancer. Yeah.
Oh, okay, vampire thing.
It's
Could be a transfusion,
it's a fantasy,
Jesse. Come on.
Transfusion. Yeah, maybe she needs a transfusion.
All right.
Oh my lord.
She's got Hep C, or something.
Yeah.
From the pole.
Yeah, Clorox is definitely not cutting it these days. I mean, they really.
No.
Yeah. All right. Ladies, gentlemen, thank you so much for watching this, for listening to all this. Without your support, we wouldn't be able to do this. It would just be us talking to ourselves, and that would be boring.
Which we do anyway.
Yeah.
It'd be sad.
And it was great having Xtina on. I wish she could have made it throughout the whole show, but I understand she has things to do. No problem there. That's fine. And it's cool that James came on to talk too. It's great. And I don't know. I feel pretty good about it.
It was a lot of fun.
Good show.
All right,
Buy
ladies.
Xtina's book, for fuck's sakes, people. Jesus.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, and sign up for our Patreon account, please.
All right, ladies, gentlemen, y'all take it easy.